Hi students. So in this video we are going to continue the remaining part of the prose The Night the Ghost Gotten, written by James Grover Thorver. So before entering into the continuation of the prose, we can just recall the previous two videos. So The Night the Ghost Gotten, written by James Grover Thorver. So this story is about absolute humor, and this is narrated by the James Grover Thorver and his grandfather. So they both made a great confusion and laughter with his family, and this is an imaginary story. So during November 17 and 1915, author was having a bath in his bathroom. So while having his bath, he heard a sound, that is somebody is rounding near the dining room table. So just he came out of the bathtub with his towel itself, and he heard somebody is rounding the dining room table. So first he thought it could be his father and his brother Roy, who went to Indianapolis, and they are expecting any time. So second, he suspected it must be a burglar, and third, he found out that it must be a ghost. Then he seek the help of his another brother Herman, who's sleeping in the other room, and her mother is also sleeping in the another room. So and another the, her grandfather his grandfather is sleeping in the attic in walnut bed. So he seeked the help of his brother Herman, and he called Herman, and he went near the dining room table, and his brother also can able to hear the sound of the footsteps, that somebody is rounding the dining room table. So they got very feared, and just they are while they are discussing, Herman got more afraid, and he ran back to his room, and he closed the door very forcefully. So when Herman closed the door very forcefully, author could able to hear the footstep is nearing him. So he also rushed to another room, and he closed the door forcefully, and he kept his knees behind the doors, and that could he able to that anybody could not open it. So these are all the actions that happened in video 1. In video 2, the continuation of the video 2 is, so the closing, that is the force of the closing door has disturbed their mother, and their mother got up and asking these two boys, so what is happening here and what are you doing. So after that, Herman is just coming out of his room and saying nothing. He just says in a sad voice, that is nothing. And then only their mother can able to identify that some sound is asking near the dining room table. So they both, that is Otha and Herman, also understood that the sound is also hearing to her mother. So without any intention, without any instruction, she started to shout that burglar is in their houses. So burglar in their house. So he started to shout that burglar, burglar, burglar. So suddenly, what they happen is, they calm them, because they try to quieten her mother, because she is shouting very loudly that burglar in their house. So now author is calling Herman that we can go and see near the dining room table. So but while author is saying, author's mother is restricting him not to move anywhere, and she is instructing that we can call police. So and when her mother said that we can call police, author thought that the telephone is in the ground floor. So how can we call the police? So suddenly her mother took a quick plan, and he opened her bedroom window and started to throw a shoe on the windows of the neighborhood house. She started to throw a shoe on the neighborhood house of the window. So it struck while she is throwing the neighborhood houses. Mr. Bodwell and Mrs. Bodwell is living in that neighborhood house. So while she is throwing the shoe has tinkled the glass and it fell into the bedroom of Mr. Bodwell. So Bodwell and Mrs. Bodwell are scolding them, so why are you doing like that? And Mrs. Bodwell is saying that for these reasons I should sell out this house and I should go to Peria. So after some time only, Arthur's mother shouted again that burglar in this house, in his house. So while she is uttering this, Bodwell thought that the burglar is in Bodwell's house. After moments only, Bodwell can able to realize that the burglars are in the author's house. So what he did, he called police, and he called the police through his extension from his bedroom, and he informed to the police. So after Bodwell disappeared from the window of their house, again Arthur's mother started to throw a shoe on the window of Bodwell's house. So there now and there is no any reason for of throwing shoe again and again. So after inquiring her mother, that is Arthur and his brother is inquiring them. Arthur his mother, Arthur and his brother Herman are inquiring them about the actions of her. So why are you throwing the shoes on the window glass of the Bodwell's house? And she is replying that it is a funny thing, so it is looking very interesting. So she is doing that. At last, Arthur prevented her from doing that. So up to this only we saw we, we saw in previous video. Now we can continue the remaining part of the prose. The police were on hand in a commendably short time. A fourth sedan full of them, two on motorcycles and a patrol wagon with about 8 in it and few reporters. So now we are seeing about the continuation of the prose. So the once Bodwell called the police, police also came immediately. That is commendably in short time. So the police also came in short time in a fourth sedan full of them. So fourth sedan is a brand car. I'll show you the picture, right? So this is the Ford sedan brand car. Okay, wow. So in this car they can able to travel at least 5 members in this car, and two on motorcycles and patrol wagon. So patrol wagon is a police car, that is when it is a roaming vehicle of police. You can I think so. Wait, I'll show you the picture. So this is the patrol wagon car, that is a roaming vehicle. They used to roam, and they used to roam the cities during the night time to protect the public peoples. And few reporters on the also they were. Okay, wow. So in short time itself, the police have arrived in a fourth sedan car and in two on motorcycles and patrol wagon car, about 8 in it. So in patrol wagon, like, you saw the picture, right? So surely 8 persons can able to sit in that car. So 8 persons in it and few reporters. So they banking at R. So the meaning of the banking is making a loud noise by hitting a door. So they are banking at our front door. So they are banking. The meaning of banking is making a loud noise by hitting a road. அதாவது கதவு தட்டுறாங்க, வேகமாக வந்துட்டு கதவு தட்டுறாங்க. Banking our front door. Flashing short sticks of gleam up and down the walls across the yard, down the walk between our houses and boardwalls. So they are flashing their flashlights. So in our British English we'll use as torchlight. Here they mentioned as flashlight. In American English only we'll use as flashlight. So here also they used American English. So flashlight. So they are striking out the flashlight here and there. Okay, wow. Streams of gleam up and down. That is the ray of light. It is moving up and down the walls of author's house across the yard. So the yard means front side of the house. That is we'll call as a veranda, right? So they can able to see. So the author, they authors and all can able to see this from inside of the house. And also down the walk between the house, our house and boardwells. So side walkway இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதுதான் போர்ட்வெல் ஹவுஸ்க்கும் இவங்க ஹவுஸ்க்கும் நடுவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பாத்தில் வந்துட்டு they are shooting the flashlights. So these and all the author can able to see from the house. Open up, cried a horror voice. So open up, cried a horror voice. So somebody is saying in a harsh manner. A horror voice means sounding very loudly with a rough and harsh voice. So sounding with heavily or roughly voice, harsh or in harsh voice. Okay, wow. So they are somebody is asking to open up the door. So open up means open up the door. We are men from headquarters. So that is they are banking the front door very forcefully, and also they are flashing the flashlights to the front yard and also to the side of the walk path between the Boardwell house and their house. And also they are asking to open up the door, and also they are saying that we are from headquarters. I wanted to go down and let them in since they were, but mother could not hear of it. So now author is saying that, so author need to open the door. So I want to go down and let them in. So he need to go down and he need to open the door since they were there. So because the police were out waiting outside the house of the author's house, but mother won't hear of it. But mother won't hear of it. But mother won't hear of it. But he didn't hear anything of that. You have not a stitch on. You have not a stitch on. So the meaning of stitch, so stitch means that is stitching, you know, தைக்கிறது, அதுதான் வந்துட்டு நம்மளுக்கான meaning stitch. But here it represents as without dress. So you have not a stitch on. So உங்ககிட்ட நீ எந்த ட்ரெஸ்ஸுமே போடலை, because author is tying just only a towel on his waist. She pointed out. So she is pointing out that you didn't wear any dress. You would catch your death. So you would catch your death. If you go down and open the door, you will face the death. So you don't go. Mother is instructing him to not to move from that place. I wound the towel around me again. So what author did? So again he tightened up the towel on his waist. Finally the cops. So the cops means police. So cops means police. Finally the cops put their shoulder to our big heavy front door with the thick beveled glasses. So beveled glasses and broken in it. So what they did? So anybody didn't open the door. So what the cops, that is what the police started to do. So they put their shoulders. So they put their shoulders to our big heavy front door with thick beveled glasses. So beveled glasses means that is a sloping edge. So I'll show you the picture, right? Wait. So this is the beveled glasses. So beveled glasses means you can see here. See. So you can see the slope here, that is sloping edge. So this is called beveled glasses. So they are having the beveled glasses in their front door. Okay, wow. So police has started to broke the door. So police had started to broke the big heavy door with the beveled glasses. So they broke it. I could hear rendering of woods and a splash of glasses on the floor of the hall. So the author, that is I refers to author. So author can able to hear the rendering. So rendering means that is the breaking sound of, that is breaking into a pieces, breaking sound. Okay va, tul tula odaira satta irukku, that is called rendering of woods. So rendering of woods, wood means பழகைய, அதாவது மரத்தை உடச்சிக்கிட்டு அந்த டோர் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதை உடச்சிட்டு வர சவுண்டு, அண்ட் ஆல்சோ த ஸ்பிளாஷஸ் ஆஃப் கிளாஸஸ் ஆன் த டோர். ஸோ த மீனிங் ஆஃப் ஸ்பிளாஷ்னா தெளிக்கிறது. ஓகேவா, வாட்டர் ட்ராப்ஸ் பட்டு அப்படியே தெளிக்கும் இல்லையா, அந்த சவுண்டு. I'll show you the I'll show you the sound. Wait. So I hope you hear the sound of the splashes of glass sound. So the sound is hearing, and there's a glass sound and the wood sound and all is hearing for the author. The lights, their lights played all over the living room and crisscrossed nervously in the dining room, stabbed into hallway. So they can able to see the lights, they can able to see the lights that is moving here and there. So that is moving in the living room, crisscross. So crisscross means here and there. I'll show you the picture, right? Wait. So you can see the crisscross lights. See, you can see here crisscross. So you can see the ray of light that is raising here and there. So they can able to see the crisscross lights like this. Okay va. So they can able to see the crisscross light in their living room, nervously in the dining room. So from living room to dining room, they are showing the flashlights very forcefully. Stabbed into hallways, shot up the front stairs, and finally up back. So they started from the hallway. Say they started from the stairs and they showed from whatever. So from dining room, and then they started to show the flashlight in the stairs. So finally they caught the peoples where they are standing. They caught me standing in my towel at the top. So finally with the flashlight they caught the author, that is he is standing with the towel on the top. A heavy policeman bounded up the steps. Who are you, he demanded. So a heavy policeman, so one policeman has came, that is bounded up means came up. Okay va. So bounded up the steps and asking author that who are you, he demanded means he asked. I live here, I said. So author replied that I live here, I said. The officer in charge reported to mother. So the officer, so who asked who are you to the author, right? So that person, that policeman is asking, the police in charge means that is that police officer is reporting to mother. No sign of nobody, lady, he said. So that policeman is saying that nobody is there in your house. Must got away, what he like. So must got away. So and policeman is saying that must got away, he must went out, he must moved away from here. What he like, so how for how he looked like that, policeman is asking to her mother. There were two or more of them, mother said. whooping and carrying on slamming doors. So mother replied that there must be 2 or 3 persons, and whooping means with a loud cry sound or a joy sound. So and also the movement sound. Okay, wow. So the whooping with the and carrying on slamming doors. So slamming doors means that is they are closing the doors very forcefully, that sound. So with these actions he heard that 2 or 3 men are walking near the dining room table. Funny, said the cop, all windows and doors was locked on the inside, tight as thick. So policeman is replying that it's looking less very funny, we can't able to believe that, because all the windows and doors, that is authors, all the author's house, in author's house all the windows and doors has been closed very tightly. How could the burglars get inside the house? So it is looks very funny. So Cobb is explaining to her mother. Downstairs we could hear the tromping of other police. So yeah, again they can able to hear some that other policemen are entering into their house. Police were all over the place. Doors were yawn open, drawers were yawned open, windows were shot up and pulled down, furniture fell with dumb thumbs. So other set of the policemen enter into the house of the author's house very forcefully. So all the doors and windows has been opened in the house of the author's house, and also all the furnitures has been fell into the floor. So everything is upside down. So furnitures fell with dumb thumb means எல்லாம் மேலும் கீழுமா வந்துட்டு செதறி கிடக்குது. A half dozen policemen emerged out of the darkness of the front hallway upstairs. So half a dozen. So dozen means 12 persons. So half a dozen means 6 members. So 6 persons of policemen in the darkness itself, they entering into the front hallway upstairs. So upstairsக்கு போகிற மாடிப்படிக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்க வீட்டுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்க ஹால்வே பார்ட்டில், அதாவது லிவிங் ரூமில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அப்ஸ்டேர்ஸ் மூலயமா ஏறிட்டு வராங்க. யார்? 6 மெம்பர்ஸ். 6 போலீஸ் மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆர் கம்மிங் த்ரூ த ஃப்ரண்ட் upstairs. They began to ransack the floor. So the meaning of ransack is go through stealing things or causing damage. So go through stealing things or cause damage. So they are the 6 members also started to search, that is anything has been stealed or they are causing damage, they are damaging the things in the house of the author. So everything they have pulled up, they have pulled up and down, no, so they are causing damage. They began to ransack the floor, pulled beds away from the walls, tore clothes off hooks in the closets, pulled suitcases and box off shelves. So the policemen started to ransack the floors, that is they started to search if something has been stealed from their house. So they pulled all the beds from the walls. So இருக்க பெட்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு மேலும் கிளியுமா வந்துட்டு இறச்சி போடுறாங்க. Tore the clothes. So tore means tear past the door. Tore clothes off the hooks in the closet. So closet means cupboard. ஸோ இந்த கபர்டில் வந்துட்டு ஹேங்கர்ஸில் மாட்டி வச்சுருப்போம்ல, எல்லாத்தையும் வேகமாக வந்துட்டு இழுத்து கீழே போடுறாங்க. Pulled suitcases and boxes of shelves. So they have pulled all the suitcases down and all the boxes from the shelf. One of them found a old Siddhar that Roy had won in the pool tournament. So already we hear the character Roy. So that is his brother Roy. That is another brother Roy. So one of the policeman has took the Siddhar. So the Siddhar, you can able to see the picture here. So this is called as a Siddhar instrument. this is a musical instrument, and they will use to, it has it has many strings on it, and they used to play with their thumb. So it is a musical instrument. So that is a old sitar that Roy had won in the pool tournament. So he had won in the pool tournament. I'll show you the pool tournament. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த பூல் டோர்னமெண்ட். கோல்ஃப் விளையாடுவாங்க இல்லையா, அதுதான் வந்துட்டு பூல் டோர்னமெண்ட்டுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ ஹீ ஒன் இன் தட் பூல் டோர்னமெண்ட். தட் இஸ் த ஓல்ட் சித்தார். ஓகேவா? லுக் ஹியர் ஜோ, he said. So one of the policemen is calling another policeman Joe. So look at here, strumming with a big paw. So that is strumming means playing. Okay va? Playing with a big paw. Big paw means that is foot. Okay va? அவனோட கையை வச்சு வாசிக்கிறான். The cop named Joe took it and turned it away. So the cop, that is that is policeman's name is Joe, and he took that old sitar and he turned over. What is it? He asked me. So that Joe, policeman, asked Arthur about the sitar. So he said it is an old sitar or guinea pig used to sleep on it, I said. So he explained, that is Arthur explained to the policeman, that is, this is a guinea pig. So that is the old sitar, and our guinea pig used to sleep on it. So guinea pig means it is a domestic animal. It is a domestic animal, and also that is from South Africa. So in South Africa, people used to use this guinea pig as a domestic animal. Actually, it is not. It is not a pig family. It belongs to a mouse family. அதாவது இது வந்துட்டு பிக் ஃபேமிலிக்கு சேர்ந்தது கிடையாது. கினியா பிக்ங்கிறது பிக் ஃபேமிலி கிடையாது. இட் இஸ் ஃப்ரம் மவுஸ், அதாவது எலி இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த இது சேர்ந்தது. ஸோ இதை வந்துட்டு பெட்டாக வளர்ப்பாங்க. எங்கன்னா சவுத் அமெரிக்காவில் வந்துட்டு பெட்டாக வளர்க்கக்கூடிய ஒரு அனிமல். And he said that our guinea pig used to sleep on this old sitar only. So I said it was true that the pet guinea pig we once had would never sleep anywhere except on the sitar, but I should never had said so. So it is true. So author is saying that it is true only. Every time that guinea pig used to sleep on the old sitar only. ஸோ எப்பயுமே இது வந்து ட்ரூ தான். இது எப்பயுமே என்ன பண்ணும், அந்த கினியா பிகுங்கிறது வந்துட்டு எப்பயுமே வந்துட்டு அந்த சித்தார் மேலே தான் வந்துட்டு, அந்த ஓல்டு சித்தார், அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் மியூசிக்கல் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் மேலே மட்டும்தான் வந்துட்டு படுத்து தூங்கும். இது வந்துட்டு வேறு எங்கேயுமே படுத்து தூங்காது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இதை நான் வந்துட்டு சொல்லியிருக்கக்கூடாது, பட் நான் சொல்லிட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு he mentioned here, but I should never have said so. ஸோ இதை வந்து நான் சொல்லியிருக்கூடாதுன்ட்டு he mentioned there. Joe and other cop looked at me for a long time. So after saying this, Joe and other cops, so Joe and other policemen looked Arthur for a long time. They put the sitar back on the shelf. So they kept the sitar back on the shelf. So up to this we saw in this video. Remaining part of the play we can see in next video. Thank you.